Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Friday, April 14, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money, and if you are interested in props and parlay picks, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link to our Patreon and to our new channel in the description and comments section below. Oklahoma City Thunder vs Minnesota Timberwolves. Oklahoma City managed to make the plays down the stretch to upend 9th-seeded New Orleans on the road to advance here. The Thunder now look to make it 2 straight road wins to earn their spot as the 8th seed in the West and a first-round matchup with the Nuggets. Against New Orleans, Oklahoma City led by 3 after one quarter, trailed by 6 at the half, but regrouped to outscore the Pelicans 39-24 in the third quarter to lead by 9. The fourth quarter saw the teams trade the lead multiple times, with the Thunder taking the lead for good at 115-114, with 28.1 seconds remaining on a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander driving layup. They managed to hold off the Pelicans the rest of the way for the win. Oklahoma City shot 45.7% from the field, including 11 of 37 from three-point range, and overcame a 48-38 beating on the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander paced the way for the Thunder with 32 points in the win. This season, the Thunder are 5th in the league in scoring offense, as they average 117.5 points per game on the year. Oklahoma City is 14th in rebounding with 43.6 boards per contest, while they are 21st in assists with 24.4 dimes a night. The Thunder are 19th in the league in scoring defense, as they allow an average of 116.4 points a night. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander leads the team with 31.4 points, 4.8 rebounds and 5.5 assists per contest. Luguentz Dort is the most reliable secondary scoring option, with 13.7 points per game. The Thunder look to get more production from Josh Giddey, 16.6 points, 7.9 rebounds, 6.2 assists, and Tree-Man, 7.7 points, are other secondary scoring options. Aleksej Pokusevski, Jeremiah Robinson-Earl, Jalen Williams 14.1 points, Dario Saric, Kenrich Williams, Darius Bosley and Aaron Wiggins have to be contributors if they hope to have success. Oklahoma City is 24th in the league in field goal percentage, as they shoot 46.5% from the floor as a team on the year. The Thunder are 15th by hitting 12.1 threes per game and 17th in three-point shooting by hitting 35.6% of their attempts from beyond the arc. Chet Holmgren, the second overall pick in the 2022 NBA draft, will miss the season after suffering a Lisfranc injury he suffered in a pro-am event during the summer. Kenrich Williams, wrist, is done for the season after rupturing a ligament. Pokusevski, wrist, missed the last 4 games, including Wednesday's play-in game, and is questionable at best here. After watching Minnesota struggle on the offensive end of the floor in crunch time against the Lakers, it's tough to be excited about the Timberwolves heading into this game. Sure, Minnesota won 3 of 4 meetings with Oklahoma City this season, but they haven't met since mid-December. Oklahoma City is ahead of what we would have expected given their rotation at the start of the year, coupled with the preseason loss of Holmgren. The Thunder showed grit as they took down New Orleans on the road, thanks to their crunch time performance. With Minnesota looking horrible in their play-in game, take the points and Oklahoma City here. Our team pick is Oklahoma City Thunder plus 5.5 points. This could be a high-scoring affair if all goes to plan. First off, we have 2 of the more up-tempo teams in the game going at it here. Dunksandthrees.com ranks the Thunder 3rd in pace and the Wolves 10th. These teams will get up and down the court plenty enough. On average, Oklahoma City is getting 101.6 possessions per 48 minutes of play, and they are averaging 92.6 field goal attempts per game. Minnesota is getting off 87.4 field goal attempts on average and is pushing 101 possessions per 48 minutes. They are also both middle-of-the-road defensive teams, with Minnesota 115.8 points per game, 1 spot above Oklahoma City, 116.4 in scoring defense. There have been 85 games between these two teams this season that have gone over the total. Take the over 227.5 points. Chicago Bulls vs Miami Heat. The Chicago Bulls season looked to be coming to a close on Wednesday night, trailing by 19 points on the road to the Raptors. Zach LaVine scored 30 of his 39 points in the second half, and the Bulls rallied for an improbably 105-102 win to eliminate the Raptors and advance to the final play-in game versus the Heat. DeMar DeRozan chipped in with 23 points to help the comeback, but the story was LaVine. He had 17 points in the third quarter and then 13 more in the fourth quarter to help seal the win. The Bulls have had tremendous success against the Heat this season. They are 3-0 against the Heat this season, including 2 wins in Miami. The Bulls have averaged 114 points per game against Miami this season, while shooting a robust 51.2% from the field overall. Chicago dominated the perimeter as well in the 3 matchup, hitting over 14 3-PT field goals per game and shooting at a 42.6% clip from long range. DeRozan led the way in the season series, averaging 28 points per game. Big man Nikola Vucevic also had an excellent stretch against the Heat, averaging 19 points and 13 rebounds in the 3 wins. The Miami Heat got off to a slow start on Tuesday night against Atlanta and never recovered in a 116-105 loss that pushes them to the brink of elimination. Miami trailed by 9 after 1 quarter and 15 at halftime and never really got a foothold in the game. Kyle Lowry led the Heat with 33 points, while Tyler Herro had 26 and Jimmy Butler finished with 21 points. The Heat now face the real possibility of not getting into the first round of the playoffs after being the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference last season. The Heat will need to figure things out against a Bulls team that they have been unable to solve this season. Miami has been outscored by an average of 11 points in the 3 losses, while shooting 45% from the field and just 33% from 3-PT range. Butler led the Heat with 24 points per game, while also missing one of the losses. Bam Adebayo chipped in with just over 20 points per game, but had difficulty containing Vucevic in the paint. The Heat will have to decide whether or not to put Butler on LaVine or DeRozan in this matchup, but that will expose them to the other player. Miami is not blessed with shutdown wing defenders with the likes of Herro, Max Strus, and perhaps Victor Oladipo. The Bulls have shot the ball lights out against Miami this season by exposing their defensive shortcomings. The addition of Patrick Beverley has also stabilized the Bulls' defense at the point guard position and allowed Alex Caruso to come off the bench and spot the Bulls at both guard spots. On Tuesday night, the Heat looked like a team that lacked enough offensive weapons and could easily be exposed on the perimeter. Chicago has the tools to do that to Miami once again. Also, don't discount the high level that LaVine is playing at right now. Miami did not see LaVine at this level in the 3 games this season. He will give them problems. Take the Bulls plus 5.5 points. The NBA play-in tournament does not have a long history, this is only its 3rd year in this format, but Miami is the first 7 seed to ever lose their opening round game. This also means Miami could be the first 7 seed to ever miss the playoffs if they lose here to the Bulls. Against the Hawks, Jimmy Butler made the first shot of the game, and this was the last lead Miami ever held. The Hawks dominated the game, leading by as many as 24. The Heat were led by Kyle Lowry as he scored 33 points off the bench. Lowry led the way against Atlanta, while Tyler Herro added 26 points and Jimmy Butler had 21. Miami struggled on defense, allowing Trae Young to score 25 points, but more importantly all 4 bench players for Atlanta scored in double figures. Butler, Herro and Bam Adebayo all averaged over 20 ppg on the season and provided the bulk of the offense. The Heat also only played 7 players major minutes, as Gabe Vincent and Max Strus started the game, and Lowry and Caleb Martin provided big minutes off the bench. Adebayo needs to have a bigger game against Chicago, he only had 12 points against Atlanta and allowed Clint Capella to control the boards as the big man grabbed 21 rebounds. Setting the total at 209 is an over-adjustment by the market. This is a playoff game where easy buckets are harder to find, but this is the lowest total seen by either team all season. The total points scored in Miami's first play-in game was 221 and Chicago's was 214. To think that this game will go all the way under 209 is a bad bet. All the top scorers in this game are healthy, and there are 5 players in the game averaging over 20 for the season: LaVine, DeRozan, Butler, Adebayo and Herro. The Bulls went over the total in their last game and 4 of the last 6. Miami will need to score more than usual if they want to outpace the Bulls' scoring attack. This number is far too low, there is a lot of value on the over. Take the over.